Denver sits where the Great Plains meet the Rocky Mountains, a mile-high city on the western edge of Colorado, with the Front Range filling the horizon to the west. It is the capital and largest city of Colorado, home to about 716,000 people, with roughly 3.1 million across the 10-county metro area. That nickname, the Mile High City, is literal. Denver sits at 5,280 feet of elevation, exactly 1 mile above sea level. The altitude is the first thing to plan around. Coming from sea level, you will feel the thinner air, so take that opening day slower than usual. Denver anchors the Front Range urban corridor, the string of cities running north to south along the base of the Rockies, and serves as its economic hub. The climate surprises people. Denver averages around 300 sunny days a year, more than Miami or San Diego, with low humidity and 4 real seasons. This is an outdoor city first. Denver is the launchpad for Colorado's mountains, with world-class skiing, hiking, and national parks all within a short drive west. But the city itself has grown into a serious destination, with a deep craft beer scene, a real museum district, and a food culture that has caught up fast. It suits active travelers who want a walkable downtown by day and the mountains within reach. If you like breweries, trails, and sports, Denver delivers. The main caveat is that Denver is not a dense, historic, walk-everywhere city like Boston or San Francisco. It sprawls, and a car helps for the best days out. Weather also swings hard here. A 60-degree afternoon can turn to snow overnight in spring, so flexible layers matter more than a fixed plan. For trip length, a long weekend covers the city comfortably. 3 to 4 days lets you add a mountain day trip, which is where Denver really earns the visit. Stretch it to a week, and you can base in Denver while exploring Rocky Mountain National Park, Boulder, and the ski towns along Interstate 70. Denver is also genuinely central. Boulder is about 40 minutes away, Colorado Springs about 70, and the first major ski resorts sit roughly 70 miles west. It is also a serious sports town. Denver supports pro football, basketball, baseball, and hockey teams, and game days visibly change the energy downtown. The overall feel is laid back and unpretentious. Athletic wear is normal, even at nice restaurants, and the pace runs friendlier and slower than the coast. Almost every visit to Denver starts at Denver International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the country and a major hub for United, Southwest, and Frontier. The airport sits about 20 miles northeast of downtown, out on the open plains, so the ride into the city takes a little planning. The best way in is the A-Line commuter train. It runs from the airport straight to Union Station downtown in about 37 minutes. A ticket runs about $10.50 at current rates. Trains leave every 15 minutes at peak, and you skip the highway traffic entirely. Rideshare is the faster door-to-door option at 25 to 35 minutes, but expect to pay around $35 to $40, more during surge pricing. Do you need a car? For a city-only trip, no. Downtown, the train, and rideshare cover it, and parking downtown is a hassle and an expense. For the mountains, a car changes everything. If Rocky Mountain National Park or the ski towns are on your list, rent one for those days. Around town, the RTD system runs light rail and buses across the metro, with Union Station as the central hub for trains, buses, and the airport line. Local fares are simple. A 3-hour ticket is $2.75, a day pass is $5.50, and kids under 19 ride free. That said, the rail network was built more for commuters than sightseers. It is useful downtown and to a few districts, less so for hopping between attractions. The good news is that Denver's core is walkable. Downtown, lower downtown, and the neighborhoods around them connect on foot in 10 to 20 minutes. The spine downtown is the 16th Street Mall, a mile-long pedestrian promenade that reopened in 2025 after a long renovation, lined with shops and restaurants. Bike and scooter rentals are easy to find, and the city has a growing network of bike lanes, though cyclists rate safety as mixed on the busier streets. In town, Uber and Lyft are everywhere, and usually the simplest choice. Taxis are metered but harder to hail on the street away from the airport and hotels. Denver is also a natural road trip base. Interstate 25 runs north to south through the Front Range, and Interstate 70 heads west into the mountains. Boulder is about 40 minutes northwest, Colorado Springs about 70 minutes south, and Fort Collins roughly an hour north, all along the Front Range corridor. For rail fans, Amtrak's California Zephyr stops daily at Union Station, and in winter, a weekend ski train runs up to Winter Park Resort. Inner-city buses fill the gaps. Greyhound, Flixbus, and Colorado's own Boostang service connect Denver to Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, and mountain towns. If you do drive, budget for parking. Central garages run around $20 a day, or about $3 an hour, and street parking downtown is metered and limited. Denver's lodging splits cleanly by neighborhood, and where you stay shapes your trip more than the hotel brand does. The good news for your wallet is that Denver is affordable for a major city. Budget rooms average around $100 a night, mid-range about $140. Upscale hotels average around $160 a night, which is a genuine bargain next to comparable rates in coastal cities. For most first-time visitors, lower downtown, known as LoDo, is the easy pick. It centers on Union Station and puts you in the middle of everything. LoDo is Denver's historic core, all red brick warehouses turned into restaurants, rooftop bars, and breweries, with Coors Field and the Ballpark District a short walk away. The upside is walkability and the train hub at your doorstep. The downside is noise and price, since this is the liveliest and most in-demand part of the city. Just south sits the Central Business District, the convention center zone with the big brand towers, the Hyatt Regency, Sheraton, Grand Hyatt, and Hilton among them. It is convenient and well-priced, especially on weekends when the business crowd clears out, but it can feel quiet after dark once the office is empty. For a hipper base, River North, known as RiNo, is the Arts District, a former industrial zone now packed with murals, breweries, and boutique hotels. RiNo has the best nightlife and food energy in the city right now, but it is more spread out, and some blocks are still rough around the edges. For something calmer and more upscale, Cherry Creek is the polished choice, built around a high-end shopping district about 10 minutes south of downtown. It is leafy, safe, and full of good restaurants, ideal for couples or a quieter trip. But you trade the downtown buzz for a residential pace. Budget-minded visitors should look at Capitol Hill and the Golden Triangle, the historic neighborhoods just east and south of downtown, near the museums and the Capitol. You get lower rates, leafy streets, and easy museum access, though the area is more residential and a few pockets feel less polished at night. So, quick recommendations. Couples and luxury travelers lean Cherry Creek or the historic Brown Palace. Families and first-timers do well in LoDo, and budget travelers head to Capitol Hill. On points, the Four Seasons and the Brown Palace anchor the luxury tier, and downtown is thick with Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt properties for loyalty stays. One area to think twice about. The blocks right around the bus terminal and the far edges of downtown can feel unsettled late at night. Short-term rentals are widely available across residential neighborhoods like Highland and Washington Park, which can beat hotel rates for longer stays or groups. Denver's real draw is the combination, a compact, walkable city that doubles as the gateway to some of the best mountain scenery in the country. Start with the one that tops every list. Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater sits about 15 miles west, a natural rock amphitheater carved into red sandstone. It is world famous as a concert venue, but the park itself is free to visit and hike whenever there is no show, with sweeping views back toward the city. Go early to walk the amphitheater steps and the trails, plan 2 to 3 hours, and check the concert calendar before you drive out. Back in town, City Park holds 2 of Denver's best attractions side by side, the Denver Zoo and the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. The Denver Zoo is one of the country's largest, home to thousands of animals across 80 acres, and an easy half day with or without kids. Next door, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science runs deep on dinosaurs, space, and Colorado ecology, with adult tickets around $26. Its top-floor terrace frames one of the classic Denver views, the downtown skyline with the whole Front Range rising up behind it. For art and history, the Museum District sits in the Golden Triangle, a short walk south of downtown near the state capitol. The Denver Art Museum anchors it, known for its striking, angular architecture and one of the finest Native American art collections anywhere, around $22 to enter. Nearby, you will find the Clifford Still Museum, the History Colorado Center, and the Molly Brown House, the restored home of the Titanic survivor. For green space, the Denver Botanic Gardens near Cheeseman Park is worth the roughly $18 entry, especially during summer bloom. Washington Park and City Park give you big, free, walkable green space with lakes and mountain views, popular with locals for running and picnics. Downtown, Union Station is worth a look even if you are not catching a train, a beautifully restored 1914 hall full of restaurants and bars. It anchors lower downtown, where the historic brick blocks hold the city's densest concentration of breweries, rooftop patios, and restaurants. Beer is a genuine Denver specialty. The city and its metro hold dozens of craft breweries, and the tap room is as much a social hub here as the coffee shop. For something completely different, River North, or RiNo, has turned old warehouses into a sprawling outdoor gallery of large-scale murals and street art. RiNo is also home to Meow Wolf's Convergence Station, a 4-story immersive art experience that is hard to describe and easy to lose 2 hours inside. Then there is Casa Bonita, the wildly kitschy Mexican restaurant with cliff divers, reopened by the creators of South Park, where a reservation is essential. Sports run deep here. Coors Field puts baseball right in LoDo, Ball Arena hosts the Nuggets and Avalanche, and Empower Field is home to the Broncos. Catching a game is one of the best ways to feel the city's energy, and Coors Field is especially walkable from downtown hotels. The mountains are why many people come. The single best day trip is Rocky Mountain National Park, about a 90-minute drive northwest through Estes Park. The park delivers alpine lakes, wildlife, and Trail Ridge Road, the highest continuous paved road in the country, open only in the warmer months. Closer in, Boulder is 40 minutes northwest, where the Flatirons rise over town and the Chautauqua trailheads offer some of the most accessible mountain hiking around. For an easy mountain town taste, Georgetown and Idaho Springs sit right off Interstate 70, about 45 minutes west, with historic main streets and hot springs nearby. In summer, the Mount Blue Sky Scenic Byway climbs above 14,000 feet by car, one of the highest paved roads in North America. If you are here for the outdoors, 2 days built around mountains and parks will define your trip. Day 1, drive out to Red Rocks by 8 in the morning to hike the trails before crowds, then continue to Boulder for lunch on Pearl Street. Spend the Boulder afternoon on a Chautauqua Park trail beneath the Flatirons, then drive back for dinner and a brewery crawl in RiNo. Day 2, make the 90-minute run to Rocky Mountain National Park early, giving yourself a full day for Alpine Lakes and Trail Ridge Road. Pack a lunch, plan to be back by evening, and reserve a timed park entry in advance during the busy summer season. For a museum and culture focus, the City Core keeps you busy for 2 full days without a car. Day 1, open at the Denver Art Museum when it unlocks at 10, give it 2 to 3 hours, then walk to the Capitol and Civic Center Park. Have lunch downtown, spend the afternoon at the History Colorado Center and the Molly Brown House, then finish with dinner and drinks in lower downtown. Day 2, ride to City Park for the Museum of Nature and Science in the morning, allowing 3 hours for the dinosaur and space halls. Break for lunch near Cheeseman Park, tour the Botanic Gardens in the afternoon, then cap the night at Meow Wolf over in RiNo. Traveling with kids, Denver is easy, with several major attractions built for younger visitors and clustered close together. Day 1, start at the Denver Zoo when it opens, spend the morning there, then cross City Park to the Museum of Nature and Science after lunch. The museum's hands-on science and dinosaur exhibits hold kids for hours, and the planetarium is an easy rainy afternoon backup. Day 2, Visit the downtown aquarium near the river in the morning, then let older kids loose in Meow Wolf's Convergence Station in the afternoon. For a quieter option, the Butterfly Pavilion north of the city is a reliable hit with small children, and about 2 hours is plenty. If this is your first visit and you want a simple plan, here is a solid 3-day framework. Day 1, stay in the city, Union Station and lower downtown in the morning, the Golden Triangle Museums in the afternoon, and a RiNo dinner. Day 2, go to the mountains, either Rocky Mountain National Park or a Red Rocks hike paired with Boulder, whichever fits the season. Day 3, slow down, brunch in Highland, a walk around Washington Park or the Botanic Gardens, and an afternoon Rockies game if the schedule lines up. Denver's food scene has grown up fast, and it now punches well above its size, especially in casual, ingredient-driven cooking. The local identity leans Western and Southwestern, built on green chili, bison, Colorado lamb, and above all, craft beer. Green chile is the thing to try first. Denver ladles it over burritos, smothers burgers with it, and stuffs it into rellenos. The Denver omelet, filled with ham, peppers, onions, and cheese, was reputedly born here, and it remains a diner breakfast staple. For the adventurous, Rocky Mountain oysters, which are fried bull testicles, are a genuine local novelty served as a bar snack. And in late summer, watch for Palisade peaches from Colorado's western slope, which show up in everything from cobblers to cocktails. For specific places, start at the upscale tier. Sushi Den in the Platt Park neighborhood flies fish in from Tokyo daily and is a longtime local favorite. Linger, set in a former mortuary in Highland, pairs global small plates with one of the best rooftop views of the skyline. In the mid-range, Corinne Downtown does polished American cooking and a strong breakfast inside Le Méridien, handy if you are staying central. Happy Camper in RiNo turns out excellent pizza on a huge patio, a reliable casual pick with cocktails and a laid-back crowd. For vegetarians, City O City in Capitol Hill is the standout, a bohemian all-day spot that satisfies plant eaters and meat eaters alike. Here is how to eat your way through a perfect Denver day. Start with breakfast at a Highland or downtown cafe and hydrate more than you think you need. For lunch, hit a food hall. Avanti in Highland stacks its vendors in shipping containers with a rooftop bar, while the Denver Central Market anchors RiNo. Spend the late afternoon on a brewery crawl through RiNo or lower downtown, sampling flights before dinner rather than committing to one spot. For dinner, go upscale at Sushi Den or Linger, or keep it casual with pizza and patios in RiNo, then finish with a cocktail downtown. On price, Denver is fair. A casual meal runs around $18 a person, while dinner for two at a mid-range spot lands near $80. A local craft beer is about $7 and a good coffee around $5, both very much in line with other big U.S. cities. The densest restaurant clusters are lower downtown, RiNo, and South Pearl Street, with Highland close behind for brunch and neighborhood spots. Breakfast near the main hotel zones is easy, since downtown, LoDo, and Highland all have strong cafe options within a short walk. One more Denver specialty worth planning around is the food hall. Stanley Marketplace and Milk Market join Avanti and Central Market as full destinations in themselves. The craft beer culture deserves its own note. Great Divide, Wing Coop, which was Colorado's first brew pub, and Denver Beer Company are all easy, walkable stops. For a special occasion meal, the Brown Palace serves a classic afternoon tea under its stained glass atrium, a Denver tradition since 1892. Coffee runs strong here too, with a dense independent scene, so you are rarely more than a couple of blocks from a serious cafe. If you only chase one dish, make it a green chile smothered burrito from a neighborhood Mexican spot, ideally away from the tourist core. Tipping follows standard American practice. 18 to 20% at sit-down restaurants and $1 or $2 per drink at the bar. Denver also does brunch seriously, especially on weekends, so expect a wait at popular spots unless you arrive before 10. For late-night eats, lower downtown and Colfax Avenue keep kitchens open longer than most of the city, useful after a game or a show. And if you are cooking or picnicking, the Union Station and RiNo markets make it easy to grab local cheese, bread, and Colorado-made goods. Denver is a mid-priced American city, cheaper than the coasts but no bargain basement, and your daily cost depends heavily on lodging and mountain trips. On a budget, plan around $75 a day per person, staying in a hostel dorm or a cheap motel and eating casually. That covers a dorm bed near $35, cheap eats and food hall meals, transit day passes, and free attractions like the parks and Red Rocks. A moderate trip runs about $150 a day per person, the range most visitors will actually land in. That buys a mid-range hotel room around $140 a night, restaurant meals, a paid attraction or two, and some rideshare. A comfortable trip is roughly $250 a day and up with an upscale hotel, nicer dinners, and a guided tour or ski day. Accommodation is the swing factor. Budget rooms average about $100, mid-range $140, upscale $160, and true luxury runs $500 and up. Food is reasonable. $18 covers a casual meal, $80 covers a mid-range dinner for two, and a craft beer is about $7. Getting around is cheap if you skip the car. Transit day passes are $5.50, and the airport train is $10.50 each way. The costs that surprise people are the mountain add-ons. A rental car, ski lift tickets, and park fees can each run well over $100 a day. Parking is the other quiet expense downtown, around $20 a day in a garage, one more reason to lean on transit in the core. Where Denver saves you money is attractions. Many of the best experiences, the parks, Red Rocks, the mural districts, and skyline views, cost nothing. One category to watch is seasonal pricing. Hotel rates spike during ski season, big conventions, and marquee events, sometimes doubling on peak weekends. Overall, a couple can do Denver comfortably on a moderate budget, then splurge selectively on the mountain days that make the trip memorable. To put that in perspective, a typical day in Denver runs about $150 versus about $150 in Asheville and $150 in Great Smoky Mountains, right in line with its peer cities. Denver's biggest weather advantage is sunshine. The city averages around 300 sunny days a year, so blue skies are the default in every season. The catch is volatility. Denver weather changes fast, and a warm afternoon can flip to snow within hours, especially in spring and fall. Spring, from March into May, is unpredictable. March and April still bring heavy snow, while May warms into the 70s with the year's greenest landscape. Summer, June through August, is peak season and the warmest stretch, with highs in the upper 80s and low 90s, but very low humidity. The summer pattern to know is the afternoon thunderstorm. Storms build over the mountains most days, roll east by mid-afternoon, and can bring hail. The practical move in summer is to hike and sightsee in the morning and be off exposed high ground before the early afternoon lightning arrives. Fall, September, and October is the sweet spot. Days stay warm in the 70s and low 80s, nights turn crisp, and the crowds thin out. Fall also brings the golden aspens in the nearby mountains, one of the best and most fleeting reasons to time a Colorado trip for late September. Winter, December through February, is cold but sunny, with highs around 50 on mild days and hard freezes and blizzards when Arctic air drops in. Winter is also the reason many people come, since Denver is the gateway to Colorado's ski resorts, most within a 2-hour drive west. One winter caution, the drive on Interstate 70 to the ski towns can back up badly on weekends and close during storms, so plan around it. In short, summer and ski season are the two peaks, when hotels and mountain traffic are busiest and rates are highest. Spring and fall are the shoulders, with fewer crowds, lower prices, and, in fall especially, weather that rivals the summer. November and early spring are the true off-season, quietest and cheapest, though the weather is a genuine gamble. A few annual events are worth timing around. The Great American Beer Festival, the biggest craft beer event in the country, fills the convention center each fall. In January, the National Western Stock Show brings 16 days of rodeo, livestock, and Western tradition, a Denver institution running since 1906. In June, Denver Pride Fest draws hundreds of thousands to Civic Center Park for one of the largest pride celebrations in the Mountain West. And all through the warmer months, the concert season at Red Rocks is a bucket list experience in itself, worth planning a night around. If you want one clear recommendation, aim for mid-September through mid-October. Warm days, cool nights, aspen color, thinner crowds, and the beer festival in the mix. For skiing, target January and February for the deepest snow and accept the higher prices and busy mountain highways that come with it. Denver is an easy American city to visit logistically, so this section leads with what is specific to the altitude and the mountains. The altitude is the big one. At a mile high, the thin, dry air dehydrates you quickly and makes alcohol hit noticeably harder. Drink more water than usual, ease into the first day, and go lighter on drinks than you would at sea level, and most people feel fine. The sun is stronger up here too. With thinner atmosphere and 300 sunny days, you can burn fast, so pack real sunscreen and sunglasses. The weather swings are the other planning factor. Layers beat a fixed outfit, since a single day can span 30 degrees between morning and afternoon. One local quirk: recreational cannabis is legal in Colorado for adults over 21, with dispensaries around the city, though public consumption remains illegal. The universal stuff is simple. This is the United States, so it is US dollars, credit cards, and contactless everywhere, and standard American plugs and voltage. Tipping is the one thing international visitors should not skip: 18 to 20% at restaurants and $1 or $2 per drink at bars. The tap water is perfectly drinkable, connectivity is strong on all major carriers, and an eSIM works out of the box if you are visiting from abroad. On safety, Denver is a generally safe major city, with the usual big city caveats rather than any special risk. Property crime and visible homelessness show up around parts of downtown, the 16th Street corridor, and the ballpark area, mostly a late-night nuisance. Keep normal urban awareness at night, use rideshare after dark in quieter zones, and the emergency number, as everywhere in the country, is 911. Packing for Denver comes down to 3 things: layers, sun protection, and gear for the mountains, whatever the season. For clothing, bring versatile layers: a light base, a warm mid-layer, and a wind or rain shell you can add and shed as the day shifts. Add a sun hat and sunglasses year-round, and in winter, pack a genuine cold-weather coat, gloves, and a hat for the hard freezes. For footwear, comfortable walking shoes handle the city, but bring broken-in hiking shoes if the mountains or Red Rocks are on your plan. For gear and health, prioritize a reusable water bottle, strong sunscreen, and lip balm, the 3 items the altitude and sun make essential. Round it out with a small pack for hikes and a battery pack for long days out, and you are set for almost any Denver itinerary. A few first-timer mistakes are worth avoiding. The biggest is ignoring the altitude, overdoing the drinks on night 1, and paying for it the next morning. The second is hiking exposed mountain trails on summer afternoons, straight into the daily thunderstorms, when starting early would have avoided the lightning entirely. The third is treating Denver as only a city trip. Skipping the mountains is the most common regret, so build in at least one day out west. The fourth is underestimating Interstate 70 on ski weekends, when a 90-minute drive can double, so leave very early or very late to beat it. A couple of smaller ones. Casa Bonita requires a reservation well ahead, and cannabis, while legal, cannot be used in public or carried across state lines. And do not overbook downtown hotels blindly during the beer festival or the stock show, when rates spike and rooms vanish weeks out. One thing you can skip is renting a car just for the city. Between the train, rideshare, and a walkable core, a car mostly sits parked and costs you. And do not overplan the mountains around a single forecast, since conditions change fast and flexibility is worth more than a rigid schedule. So, is Denver the right trip for you? Here's the honest bottom line after all of that. Denver is best for active travelers who want a city and mountains in one trip, the kind who will hike, ski, or bike given the chance. It is a strong pick for beer and food lovers, for sports fans, and for anyone using the city as a base to explore Colorado's outdoors. It also works well for families, with the zoo, the science museum, and the aquarium clustered close and plenty of open green space. Denver is a weaker fit if you want a dense, historic, walk-everywhere city, or a beach or nightlife that runs until dawn. It is also not ideal if you have no interest in the outdoors, since skipping the mountains cuts out much of what makes the region special. On value, Denver delivers. Lodging and food are reasonable for a major city, and the best scenery in the region costs little or nothing. The move is simple. Base in the city for a few days, take at least one day for the mountains, and time it for fall if you can. Come for a long weekend, and you will see the city. Come for a week, and you will understand why people keep moving here. Either way, Denver rewards travelers who arrive curious and a little active, ready to trade a rigid checklist for whatever the mountains and the weather offer. That's our guide to Denver, Colorado. Everything mentioned is linked in the description below. If you are planning another trip, we have more guides waiting for you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching.